Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Armchair Pundits podcast. This is your home for debate, banter, and brutal honesty from myself on other teams. I said other teams, to be fair.
I like the
Right?
caveat.
I'm about to say, bro.
So we are now in Gameweek 6, and we're back to even now, aren't we? Really, the hype train has died out a little bit, but we're all still happy. Apart from actually, only one person's happy this weekend. But generally,
I'm happy
we're
every weekend.
You guys have a good weekend, and outside of football, that is.
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Yourselves?
Yeah, man, it's decent.
Yeah, it's all good, man. All good.
Good. Busy weekend. So, for those watching for the first time, it's the Armchair Pundits. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like button, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be aware of when we record next or so when we post next. So, we will move to our first segment, as usual. Well, it's kind of new actually, to be honest. We are now doing guess the player section. So last week I told you, because it was a bit easy, it might be still easy, but give yourself a few seconds anyway, even if you know it straight away. Give yourself a few seconds.
Am I shouting it out?
Nah, not straight away. I don't think you'll shout straight away anyway. But yeah, we'll do a segment. Guess the player. Last week Leon got it quite quickly. But this week I said I would choose one that is not from the Premier League.
Oh.
And if it is easy, then I'll have to go a bit more obscure than I did for this one. Because obviously I know our knowledge is quite good on these things, if I'm being completely honest. So without any further ado, guess the player, guys.
Ooh.
If you got it, just say I know rather than actually saying the name, and then we can do 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
See, normally now I would go to the prediction
I
table,
know.
but I think this one's a little bit harder. How did I know Leon would know?
This one's got me, mate.
It's got you. Bevan?
No, I'm struggling this one.
Okay, I'll give you guys a chance. Do you guys want Leon to reveal it now? So
Or give them a bit of time.
Or do you want to give it a bit of time? You can't be Googling. Or do you want to reveal the answer at the end of the show?
There's only one person that I thought it could be, but I don't know if it is them. This is the thing.
What do you want to do? Reveal it now or end the show? Leon knows. I'm pretty sure he knows who it is anyway. So it's up to you two.
No,
Can we get a clue?
Do it in the show.
Can you get
Bro,
a clue?
The clue's the clubs, bro.
Yes.
A next one.
That's up to Leon because Leon knows it. So Leon, do you want them to have a clue? Are you cool with
Yeah,
them
they can have a
having
clue. Might as well,
Okay.
give them a clue, bro.
All right. The clue is he is from Belgium.
Yeah, I know who it is. I know. I
Okay.
should have went with my gut. I know who it is.
Bevan, do you know the first club on the list? Do you know the logo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should
I
let
tested it on a
Lamont
few
guess,
people and
man.
they didn't know.
If Lamont thinks he knows it, go for it, bro.
Hold on a second. You said you knew it first, but I got a guess. How do we know you got it right?
Bro, I know that I'm 100%
He's called
That is
Sherlock,
the
bruv.
biggest.
I'm not gonna lie.
That is
Sherlock,
the
bro.
biggest Gino I've ever seen.
It's
in my
not
life.
Gino at all.
You
Bro,
just
it's
pulled a
not,
me
it's
move.
not Blockbusters or it's not a game show, bro. If you get it wrong, that's it. Your turn is done, bro. You could get it wrong and then I could get it wrong, but I don't think I'm gonna get it wrong.
You know what?
Neither do I. How we said it's a
I know
Belgian
who
player.
it is. I know who it is.
You know,
It took me a while. Yeah. I know who it is.
All
Yeah.
right, what we'll do, as you all say it, after 3, you all say the name.
All right.
After 1 then.
Count down then, or whatever.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
Axel Witsel.
Axel Witsel.
Axel Witsel. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
there we go. We got it. At least it wasn't as easy as last week. Last week you guys got it quick
To be
time.
fair,
Bro.
this one was a bit hard. You know what? The first badge got me, bro. I had to just move down the
Nah.
line. I said, you know what? I'm gonna guess. The first badge got me. I was like, who there? Who is that?
It was Zenit, then China. I was like, huh? But then yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the early ones to go to China.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
make his P. So we will now move on to the prediction table, and it's been an interesting week actually, and man, for some people it's been a terrible week. So newly formatted table looks a bit better than the blue-black ground we had before. Ever changing. So 1 point from me, bit poor really. Daryl has shot from bottom 2 weeks ago to joint top with the correct score of the the Arsenal game.
It's okay. Yeah.
Leon and Daryl got the correct score of the Arsenal game 2-1. So they get 4 points. I got the Arsenal win. I got 1 point. Bevan got the Arsenal win. He gets 1 point. And unfortunately, Lamont wasn't quite there this week. But
Wow.
it's still early.
That's a long season, boy. That's one thing.
Yeah. So,
What did you
but it's
predict in the
looking
Arsenal
good.
game?
It's looking good.
You picked a draw.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. 2-2, I think I said. Something like that.
Could have been.
So, yeah, it could have been, boy. But if it wasn't for that pesky referee, VAR.
I don't know. We'll get onto that.
Yeah, we'll get onto that. But yeah, as we say, we'll get onto that. We might as well get onto that right now. But let's dive into the weekend's madness. So
There's a lot going on
big
this
game
weekend.
of the weekend. Yeah, there's a lot going on this weekend. So we had Arsenal and Liverpool pushing the pace at the top. 1-1, one lost. Man United inconsistent as usual.
That's what it
And
seems to be at the minute.
Spurs, yeah, boy. And someone predicted 2-0 for Man United last week. In fact, Leon, what did you say to someone last week when they made their prediction?
I said, take it easy, bro. I swear Brentford have got
Yeah.
their number.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bruv. They got a number and they got a backdoor key as well.
Lamont was like, new regime. Yeah, let's get this going. But anyway, we'll come back to that. But it's been a busy weekend. Graham Potter gets sacked at what? 10 o'clock?
Bro, I swear it was like 11:59 or something like that.
Yeah,
It
bro.
was something
It's like that.
like 10:30 got sacked, 11 o'clock Nuno signed up. Mad.
He was there, bro. He was there. And we'll discuss whether it was the right choice for Potter to get sacked, considering Amorim has one less games than him and he's still in the job.
Different club.
But we move. We move.
Different standards.
And then obviously
Different ambitions, bro.
we'll go through
Clearly.
our respective teams. And then as we normally do, we will finish off with our player of the week, of the game week, our moment of the game week, and then predictions for game week 7. So without any further ado, Arsenal. Was it a professional win? Or did Arsenal get away with it?
Lucky.
Evan.
It was a professional
That's a
win,
professional
in
win.
my
What are you
opinion.
talking about?
You lot should have
Lucky.
10 men, brother, and you know it.
It's a professional win.
Nope.
What?
Should not.
You don't think the mark box that Gabriel gave to Voice was a red card? Bruv,
Nope.
it's violent conduct, bruv.
Nope.
In what world
Nope.
is that okay?
Nope.
He boxed him in his face,
He
bro, for
didn't.
nothing.
He didn't. He hit.
Huh?
He didn't.
Say what?
So wait, hold on.
Just so you know, I will put a still up.
You can put the steal up.
So
but
right now you're watching
the still-
right now you're watching the still.
It still only shows half the story. But when you actually watch it, he goes to hit him on the shoulder. He lifts his arm up, and then that's why the hand catches him in the face. So that's
No.
Why is he hitting him in
Bro.
the first place?
you shouldn't
Why
have
did
pushed
he
him.
hit him in the
Boxed
first
him
place?
in his face.
Has the FA come out and said that he's getting a ban? Are they investigating it? Did VAR get
Yeah, but,
involved?
good. Because it was light.
that doesn't
It was light.
validate his action, though.
What, bro?
That doesn't validate his action.
Bro, VAR didn't send him off. The referee didn't send him off. Nobody got sent off, bro. We were not lucky. It wasn't a red card.
That's because it's Arsenal.
Oh,
Yeah,
how dare
exactly.
you? How
I
dare
like what you
you?
did there.
It's for
James,
Arsenal out here.
James.
Bravo.
It's for
Bravo.
Arsenal out here.
What do you mean? People in glass houses should not throw hard stuff, James.
I'm cool if my fake house breaks.
No, we weren't lucky to have 10 men on the pitch. I think that was
Oh,
it was. I watched that game and I kid you not, even towards with the last 10 minutes, I thought we was going to get something out of that game. I really did, because we were battling. Nick Pope was spirited, man. He went from hero to villain, and he saved them bare times through that game.
From
He did,
getting a
he did.
thumping. Yeah.
Yeah, like I know that like I've seen people say that's like Arsenal winning, like that's the sign of champions, but I feel like Arsenal were all over them, were all over Newcastle from the first whistle, and Newcastle's goal was against the run of play. Um, Gabriel, man, that when he fell down in the box was ridiculous.
But didn't Nick Pope get a touch on the ball just before Gyökeres touched it, and then did he swan dive?
Did he swan dive? Wait, hold on. What kind of right? You're leading the witness. You're leading the witness,
Bro, he
bro.
he essentiated the dive, bro. Yeah, bro, let's be honest. There was contact, but did he not essentiate the dive? It was a bit
Brother,
more to it. It was a bit more
he
to
was,
it.
bruv, I was about to shout out 7
Bruh.
because the way he
did
was
as
in
much
the air,
as
bro.
Mbeumo did last week.
He got contact. There was contact.
There was
There was
contact.
contact, bro. But
And where I've seen penalties given in that situation, but it didn't matter because we pulled it back anyway. But I know that like with 10 minutes to go, it didn't look like Arsenal were going to get something out of the game. But I just had a feeling that like was going to get a chance, and lo and behold, it comes from a short corner. Like they mixed it up, and it's a great header from Moreno. And I think in this game, asking for Arteta to be a bit more adventurous, and he did that from the beginning. And I thought that like when he's made the substitutions, he was brave to take off Saka and then bring on Moreno, and then he's basically had like 7 attackers on the pitch, and he's going for it, and then he takes off Zubimendi and puts on Odegaard, and his 10-minute cameo
Yeah.
was fantastic. Like it was one of those games you might think in a years gone by Arsenal could have ended up with a draw or with nothing, but they managed to get a result out of it, and especially that Nick Pope went from hero to villain, because if he just holds onto the ball and doesn't kick it out like that, then it doesn't get recycled and we get a corner. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was
Basically, Arsenal were lucky, Newcastle were robbed. Basically,
that's what you're
is
saying.
what you're saying.
That's what you're saying. That sounds like sour grapes to me. Do you know what I mean? That sounds like someone that's.
It's just how I saw it when I was watching the game, bruv. Them man, they should have a couple clean but stone wall penalty and red card. And they're talking about flipping rule book 2.1 on page 7.
There was no Stonewall penalty and there was no red card. I don't know what you're talking about. There shouldn't have been.
There should have been, though.
There shouldn't
is
have
my
been.
point. You're talking about rule book.
You could say that from sitting over there with your haterade. You know what I mean? Vexed because you can't beat Brentford at home. You know what I'm saying? It was as I said, it was a game.
Yes,
yeah, and
Arsenal deserved it. 63% possession, expected goals 2.04 to expected goals of 0.61. You had 20 shots in the game to their 8, 7 on target to their 3, and you had 4 big chances. And you missed 3 of them.
Yeah.
So
Last week I said after that Man City game, Arsenal have to start winning games. They're not going to go and play tentatively in these next games. And the one thing Arsenal can deal with is Housery. And you knew Newcastle were going to bring Housery to the door. And they did.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, on the pitch, Newcastle are that kind of team. They want to just start doing things to kind of put a number on players, make them not feel comfortable. But Arsenal have the players to deal with that sort of atmosphere now. So it was more about, could they create? And they did. Can they score goals? Well, we know they can. People want to moan about them scoring from set pieces. But honestly, when your team's
Goals
winning,
go.
no one cares. The only time people are going to criticize is when, genuinely criticize, is when you struggle or a team's able to deal with that threat that you seem to have as your main go-to. But like, it's not like they didn't create chances. They did, and Newcastle at the moment haven't really started the season well. So for Arsenal to get a victory at St James's is great for them, and we'll see if that helps them build momentum because they still got tough fixtures at the moment. So we'll see what happens.
But anyway,
Wait,
enough of Arsenal. We'll
to be
talk
fair,
about
actually,
title
no, because
rivals.
leading into it,
You got one more
because
thing?
the reason why that victory was so important was because of your result yesterday. Because last season, Liverpool were dropping points and we weren't capitalizing. And I said in the group the other day
No.
that I need Liverpool to start losing games just so I could see some pain on some Liverpool supporters' faces. And then you said we needed to do our job. And yesterday we did our job. And you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's off the back of your loss, which makes that victory even sweeter, to be honest.
It's true. Come Saturday, before we play, you should be top of the table.
Yeah.
So that's how it should
Yeah,
be.
because they got superior
by
goal
time we play
difference,
Chelsea.
don't they? So
Yeah.
No, but they're playing before us. So they got a 3:00 kickoff. We got a 5:30 kickoff. On to Liverpool. Slot. For some people, Slot has questions to answer.
slot or not.
So for me, Slot tried to make some adjustments, and it didn't quite work. It didn't work. Not even quite. It didn't work in the first half at all. He rested Gakpo or dropped Gakpo, whichever way you want to see it, because Gakpo's form hasn't been great last 2-3 games, and he went for Verts so that he had a more beefed up midfield, and it just didn't work for us in the first half. Crystal Palace were better than us in the first half. Alisson showed why he's the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion, and I think he saved 3 1-on-1s, tipped one onto the post, tipped one wide. They hit the crossbar. I think they hit the post as well. All in the first half. We could have been 3-4-0 down if it wasn't for Alisson. So then second half, it flips the script. We were all over Crystal Palace. I think we had 14 shots in the second half. Not enough on target. There was some wayward shooting. So I'll be honest, when I saw how poor the first half was and how dominant we were in the second half, when we equalised through Chiesa, who Slot is, for me, treating him quite badly in general.
The funny thing is, it's so funny that you said that you mentioned Kiesa's name the other day as well, because you was like, why don't you just give my man a break and just let him start a game? I'm sure you said he should start him instead of Gakpo. If Gakpo's like, lacking form, and he comes on and gets and bags a goal, and just he looks like he just loves being there, loves playing football, and that's what you want, innit? You want to see the hunger, not like 007 that you got in the middle there. He's missing teeth, everything.
He got 2 assists midweek. So the 2 assists midweek to help us win the game against Southampton, give him a start.
Would you think he wants to deploy him with like a super sub?
For me,
because coming off the bench, he's got 2 goals off the bench in it.
2 goals off the bench.
Important ones.
He's got 2 assists when he started the game. The first game, the only game he started, he's got 2 assists.
But that's Southampton, though.
So he's actually GA.
That's that weak against weak opposition, though. No,
it is, but when he's been put on the pitch, he's done something. He got put on the pitch against Newcastle. He did well. He got put on the pitch against Bournemouth. He did well. In that game, he came on. He was a spark. And as I was going to say beforehand, because the first half and the second half was such a contrast, when we equalised, I was like, we probably just about deserve a draw. Because they battered us first half, we battered them second half. But I can't argue. When they scored the winner, I can't sit there and say we didn't deserve to lose that game. Because when it comes down to it, they played to their strengths. At the moment, we're weak on set pieces. I think we conceded 4 or 5 goals on set pieces so far this season, and they've used one. What made me even more annoyed? Kirkes, the way we conceded that set piece, he was facing inside the pitch.
Brother,
all he had to do was clear
he
it
ain't the
with
only
his right
one.
foot.
He ain't the only one. He's not the only one, though.
No, forget that. You start from the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning was not even that you're going
What?
further down the play. The play before that, there was a throw in, and none of the Liverpool players were awake to it, bruv. Like none of them. There was a throw in. The throw in goes into the centre mid. They then clip the ball out wide, and the ball's rolling. You've got five Liverpool players still in the Crystal Palace half, like not tracking back. And then it goes eventually to Kirkes, and he does the most ridiculous pirouette and sweeps the ball out the total unconventional way, which I don't know why he just didn't bang it up the pitch.
Clear it. Yeah, it's game over. If he does that, it's game over. Referee blows the whistle. There's no throw in, and we've got a draw from a game.
You drop points, but you've got points, innit?
Yeah.
So, on this question, Jay. On this question.
Mm-hmm.
No draw.
We don't believe James. Don't believe you. We don't believe you.
But can we just have
exactly.
Can we just have a moment?
Put it in the comments. Do you believe him when he says no draw out?
What is going on over there with 007? Like Mr. Verts, 0 goals, 0 assists, 7 or 8 games.
I don't. It's like is Verts the first foreigner to come over to the Premier League
and fail,
not hit the ground running,
like,
and not hit the ground running?
No.
Oh, so,
bro,
right,
he's in
can
mud.
You fail after 5 games, right? Genuine question: can you fail after 5 games?
He's had more than 5 games for you guys and done nothing.
No,
by the way.
no, that's the 5th league game.
Yeah, but I'm saying in all comps, he
hasn't.
He's not really done.
In his first game, he got an assist. When he played against
Community Shield.
Yeah, he got an assist in that game.
Okay, we're counting that again now.
If you're saying all comps, he was okay against Atletico Madrid. He wasn't poor against Atletico Madrid. So if you're saying all comps, Atletico Madrid, he was fine.
Bro, he's been dragged, bro. Like, honestly, I mean, you got to just rest him. Let him watch the game from the sideline and see what he should be doing better, innit?
In all honesty, really and truly, the issue is, the reason why they're having this conversation, he's under so much scrutiny, is because of the price tag. If he's got... It is.
No, it's not. Do you know?
If he was 50 million,
do you know what it is? Yeah.
If he was slow, 30 million, you won't be saying.
He's slow. He's slow.
If he was 30 million, would you be saying this?
He. As quick as you said, he's thinking, bruv. I feel like he's using a Rolodex instead of using something like a little bit more modernized. Like he's not moving with the times. Like everything he's doing, it looks like he's charging it up to do the next thing. Like it's. When you was obviously, shouting all his plaudits in the beginning, you were saying that, he'll hit the ground running, boom, 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 boom.
Did I say? No.
Well, you said he was shelling down the Bundesliga.
Let's not
I'm just saying, innit? So I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see the spotlight, this light in, red armor that you guys were shouting about. I'm still waiting to see it, bro. Like the guy has absolutely trashed my flipping fantasy.
Did you put him in your fantasy team?
That's why you're vexed. Exactly. Let's get into that, people. The person for those of you watching, this is the guy that he says is going to be the flop of the season. He says he's going to be the flop of the season. Yet, game week 6, he still has him in his fantasy team.
Wild card.
So now you know why he's so mad. End of the day,
I ain't got.
Verts is not the first new signing to come to the Premier League and not hit the ground running.
Fair,
and he won't be the last. So
and you're not thinking.
I don't get.
The thing is,
hold
on 1 second.
So how long are you gonna give him? How long are you giving him? A season?
The whole season. I give everyone a year. I give everyone at least a whole season. Doesn't matter if you're 5 million, 10 million, 115 million. I don't judge people after 5 minutes because that doesn't make sense. That's not football. Yes, it's not my money, so I don't care how much it was paid for. I didn't spend it. So the way I look at it, at the end of his first season, what have you done in a Liverpool shirt? Not after 5 league games, what we've done in a Liverpool shirt. At the end of the season, if he's still performing how he is now, then you can call him a flop for his first season.
I'll call him
after
a fraud.
5 games, after 5, people can call him a flop. But I'm hoping in the next 10 games, things will turn around. And the 007 that everyone's talking about now will be a thing of the past. It might not be the case. Bro. It might take him 3 or 4 months to adjust.
I think that
it might take him time.
Really and truly, if he's a £50 million player, then you wouldn't. There would still be scrutiny, but I think that with the high profile that he is, you expect to see more. You would expect to see like him have more of an impact in games. You expect to see him to pull out. To show some of the quality that he's shown in the Bundesliga, that little touches and stuff like that, I don't think is enough, and that's why there's going to be scrutiny over him. In the same way that when Caicedo went to Chelsea and they were talking about a 100 mil player,
No, you can't compare. You can't. Caicedo
no, but
was
it's not.
playing in the
It's
Prem.
But hold on.
He's gone from
No,
so
but
the
what I'm
difference
saying
is
is that I'm
different.
comparing a 100 mil pound player to a 100 mil pound player in the same way that when Pogba's gone back to Man United, like that wasn't 90 million pounds worth of of performances to begin with, and even towards the end, he was always put under scrutiny because of it. And I'm not even saying that Verts won't come good or that he's a rubbish player. He's definitely a quality player, but the scrutiny is going to be on him because of that price tag that he's come with, and the level of performance that he's putting in at the minute.
Don't you think partially though? Obviously, that's just my last point on the Verts scenario. Don't you think like some of it is to do with the lack of ball that he receives as well? Because when he was at Leipzig, he was getting the ball more often than not. So obviously
Leverkusen.
now, sorry, Leverkusen. But now where he's at Liverpool, they are. I mean, I feel like Salah also is struggling with the fact that not everything's going through them no more. It's being spread around. Do you get what I'm saying? The likes of Gakpo when he's on form, Ekitike that you've got up front, like all of these man can have the ball at feet and dribble and do their bits and pieces. Mac 10 that you like to call him in the middle there, like all of these, like there's a very balanced outfit there now in terms of that's what Slot's trying to create.
I think before, it was more balanced before. I think Leon.
Do you think so?
Leon mentioned it last week when we broached on this. It's new players. We've got two new strikers that have come in. We've got two new fullbacks that have come in. We've got Mac 10, who has been a mainstay of our season last year, who has started poorly. No preseason, injuries. He hasn't had a good game at all. Hasn't had a single good game this season that he's come in. So then you're adding in Verts, like you said, at Leverkusen, the team was built around him. He could do what he wanted. He could float here, he could float there. They give him the ball, and he's comfortable.
Yeah,
Now
that's what I
he's
was
thrown
referring
into a
to.
situation where it was Salah's team. Do I defer to Salah? Do I play here? Do I play there? Are Liverpool fluid right now? No. Okay, there's a new striker. I got to link up with the new striker. I got to link up with the new winger. Salah, he's not playing well at the moment either. So it's a mismatch right now. And it's not unusual for you to change 3/4 of your team and it not to click straight away.
Yeah, the cohesion won't always just click
Yeah,
like
it
that, will
won't.
it? Yeah.
So that's why, for me, I kept saying it. As long as we're winning, I'm like, keep the points coming in, and then hopefully, as the weeks go by, our football will become more cohesive, and our defense will shore up. But it's weird. You look at certain things. The goals we've conceded, they're all different. Set pieces in two of the games. I think last year we conceded one goal from a corner in the whole season. Last season, already this season, I think we conceded 3 or 4. So there's a whole lot of things that Slot has a lot of, like I said from the beginning, there's a lot of adjustments he's got to make before it unravels. Right now, we've lost to a team who was unbeaten 18 games in all competitions. I think 14 in the Premier League. So it's not like we've lost to a relegation threatened team. We've lost to a team high in confidence that is doing extremely well. And we're now going to face another team in Chelsea on the weekend, but we'll broach that later, who we will struggle against again, in my opinion.
No, I don't think you will struggle against them.
We last season we struggled against them home and away.
I know, bro, but their form right now, they stink at the minute, bro. I'm telling you now.
Do you think that
the
was
last
the
2
game
or 3 games
that you missed
I hope so.
Ekitike in? Because I think he could have thrived.
Yeah, he cost us. His stupidity midweek cost us. Because when you're on a yellow card, why are you choosing to take your shirt off when
That's
you know
bananas.
obviously he lost he forgot. Otherwise he wouldn't have done it. He obviously forgot. But why are you taking off your shirt anyway?
Brother,
You didn't score a goal in the World Cup final. It's a tap in.
Chill.
You're showing your shirt to the fans. Listen, you've started off well already. Everyone knows who you are because of the football you've already displayed. For me, he ended up playing what's his name he ended up playing Isak for like 80 odd minutes when he shouldn't be because we didn't have Ekitike. Ekitike could have come on and changed the game for us and won the game for us. So he has cost us, like you said, and he will learn from it. I like how in this during the week how they were saying he got fined 2 weeks' wages and all this other stuff, and then Slot was like, "No, he made a mistake. He apologized. If you can't make mistakes, then what kind of nonsense is
Hey,
that?"
talking about mistakes, yeah, slight change of pace. Konate, bro. What world is he living in right now? Bro, I feel like he's living in another metaverse, bro. Or something. Like he's somewhere else. He's been
Madrid.
somewhere else for a minute.
Madrid.
Madrid. Leon. Madrid.
It probably is. It probably is.
He's
First half, but to be fair, first half, like most of the team in the new
Shadows.
system we're trying to play, we played a kind of diamond with Verts in there as well. First half, the whole team was off. Second half, he wasn't poor. But first half, 100% he was. When we went back to a normal system of playing Verts through the middle, playing Gakpo left wing, we looked better. We looked more balanced. But I agree, there's something not right about Konate this season, and he needs to fix up because
I think it's
come
been since
January,
pre-season though, Jay. Because we've been talking on and off about Konate since the end of last season, yeah, and just saying like, don't get. Obviously, I've been digging him, but in
you don't rate him.
general,
That's the difference.
no,
Most people
I
haven't.
don't. I
You
don't rate
him.
him, yeah. I don't rate him, but when he's
That's the
doing
difference.
things that are totally out of character, it's like, no, like, what are you doing? Like, you don't defend like that, bro. Like, and you know, so.
But you
But yeah, I guess you guys have got some thinking to do. Come
plaudits to
summer.
Mateta though, because he gave him a horrible time, bruv. Mateta was
Yeah.
he was cold
He
yesterday.
has every time.
You could do with a striker like Mateta. Man United, yeah, Man United.
Who,
Could
Man
do a striker
United?
like Mateta.
Man U. Yeah. Well, it's a nice
Bro,
segue because boy,
we need something. I mean,
I don't think he'd go there
No.
right now.
he wouldn't.
He might have went there
That
for
would be
him in the
career
summer.
suicide
He
right
values
You know
now.
what
his
though?
life.
In saying that, you got to kind of give it to Glasner for losing Eze, and then they haven't kind of missed the beat, and then showing Man United how to play 3-4-3.
They're the only unbeaten side in the league. So yeah, it's sad times really. Seshko's got off the mark, so that's
Three
something to
chances,
celebrate.
bruv.
Outside of that,
Free.
brother, in 10 seconds, but he still found the onion bag in one phase of play, so I'm gonna give it to him. He had to work for it, brother. Kelleher, he had his Liverpool shirt underneath that shirt on, yeah, and he was like, brother, you're not scoring today. But yeah, I mean, it was a poor performance all round. I feel like, and I said it on my reaction, on my reaction pod. It was like watching kids, bro. Like there was no life. I was looking for leadership. There wasn't none of that. I was looking for some kind of cohesion. None of that. It was just lacking everything, bro. Now, the fact that Seshko scored and then Bruno misses a penalty.
Collecting clutch.
Captain Clutch. Clutch.
It's Captain Klutz for real. What a poor penalty that was as well. And then you got Amarin changing every single person on the pitch almost and their position, but not changing the formation. It's just beyond it boggles my brain. The stubbornness has gone beyond belief. I mean, if you look back on the recordings from last season or even the season before, I don't know, it would have been last season, you'd probably see me comment on just how managers need to have a contingency plan. And I even probably said that Ten Hag needed to have a contingency plan. He needs to have an identity. You know, when you go out there, I don't know what I'm seeing. Bruv, I don't know. My club just looks in disarray. Although my club have an identity, the identity is of disappointment. At the moment, there is nothing positive to kind of spin and say like connect Man United to at the moment. He doesn't have any other plan. Now, I don't know if that's just out of stubbornness or if it's a case of
Bro.
I think
his
it's
depth.
just or he's out of his depth. But I don't even think it's the depth thing. I genuinely think that he has just got so stubborn that he's refusing to do it. So I feel like maybe he's trying to get himself sacked. I don't know.
Like we talk about Arteta last week and making substitutions and how he's gonna start off the game, and like last season was him making late substitution, not reacting to the game properly. In that game, and it's happened more than one time. I've seen your manager take off a defender when you're chasing the game, and then put on another defender, and then you're gonna take off one of your attacking players, or you're gonna take off one of your right backs, and then put on Mason Mount and play him at wing back, and
Left wing back at that.
No, yeah, I think he put playing at left wing back, and then he put Mbumo right wing back, and shifted Mount into 10. Brother, it was mad. The players were shifting all over the place to the point where I didn't even know what formation. I didn't even know who was on the pitch because I couldn't recognize the position that they were playing. And you're like, who's that? Why is he over there?
not only that, but your
make you
attacks
right,
come
Bev.
from your wing backs who are not wing backs, the defenders. There's nothing comes through that middle of the park. He's not setting you up to win, man. He's an enemy of progress. And that their first goal, Brentford's first goal, yeah, I thought it was offside. When I looked at it, I was like, how is he not offside?
Brother?
Huh?
Perfection.
Oh my word.
Perfection.
What
Yeah.
it was
The run was perfection.
I think firstly, Maguire was asleep. Secondly, the curved run, the way my man, he was watching the line the whole time, and Maguire was clearly just watching the game. He weren't watching the line neither. He wasn't watching the line. And obviously, when the ball got played over, he then tried to jump forward to have my man offside. But these times, the ball's already been played. Now, if you're slow, as Maguire is, like a 16-wheel lorry, yeah, you ain't got time to be jumping up. You have to be already on your bike, chasing that guy, bro, trying to cut his line. And this is what I mean. That game was not a game for Maguire to be starting central of the three, in my opinion.
Why was Euro dropped? That's 2 games in a row he's been dropped.
Now, I think there's a couple of mysteries here. I thought it might have been down to fitness, but it's not that. And I don't know if it's because of Bruno calling out a mistake that he made publicly, and that's maybe gone a little bit left. I'm not too sure. I can't figure it out. I need to see.
Your manager doesn't know what he's doing.
No, I mean, brother, well, why would he then bring Euro on? He wouldn't bring him on at all, bruv. You've seen what he does when he doesn't like a player. He ices him out, Bev. So I understand what you're saying, but this guy wears his heart on his sleeve. He can't hide how he feels, bro. So he'd make it very obvious.
You're playing a high line against a mobile team that can run. And that's what they did. They just ran. And then you've got Maguire being that last centre back who have you said turns like an articulated lorry. So he can't turn and spin in and run backwards. So there's no way that you've been set up to play well. I think on your match reaction you said about your team and they lacked like leadership, or they lacked like the right attitude. But attitude reflects leadership.
Yeah.
And your manager is not showing leadership at all. He's not showing how to set that team up to be difficult to beat. He's not setting that team to score goals.
Nope.
He's taken. Imagine you've taken Mbemo and he does not look like the same player that he looked like last season. Mbemo and Cunha are just popping shots up from everywhere.
Mbumo has probably been, Mbumo he hasn't been horrible, but he's not been at the same peak that he was at Brentford, which makes sense because he's in a whole new environment and he's playing a system that maybe he's not familiar with. But again, he has played just behind the striker and he's played wide right. So you'd argue that he's kind of playing where he's used to. And Cunha, same thing again. But I think my concern is we need to just get a run of games where we look good and we're getting results and we're scoring goals. We are getting an odd goal here and there, which is almost better than last season. But you're arguing over apples and oranges here, bruv. Like it needs to be substantially better. Like there needs to be a marked improvement on what Man United are delivering, and it does start with getting these guys to believe in the system that you're trying to play, whether that 3-4-3, and then if we're losing, we change it to 4-3-3, or if we're winning, do you know what I mean? Whatever it is, but there needs to be a real togetherness. And on the pitch, we looked very disjointed. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think Amarin's under pressure at all. I feel like he will get to the end of the season.
Yeah,
I hope
please.
so.
Give him more time. More time.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Trust me, trust me. But we'll move. Um, move down to North London again, and Spurs. Thomas Frank's men keep grinding out results. Leon, it seems that your team has learned how to take a punch and punch back. Would that be right to say?
I mean, we got away with one, if I'm being really honest. Last season, we would have 100% lost that game. We would have tried to go and get a goal and would have conceded two for sure. So you got to take the positives, which is we didn't lose the game. But if I'm being really honest, our home form has been really, really poor. I think that's like we've had 3 wins in 17 games or something like that. So it's not good. I think teams feel quite comfortable coming to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Like it's a nice place for everyone to go. Home fans, away fans, home players, and away players. Like everyone has a nice day out down there, and it's not. We haven't made it a fortress. We allow teams to be comfortable. We allow them to play football. Like Wolves did not play like a team that hadn't had a point in the league at all. They played football. They were organised. They were difficult to break down. They were first to every first and second ball, and it was one of them games where you could tell it was another one of those frustrating Tottenham performances. Whenever we play against a struggling team or a team we expect to beat, there seems to be a little bit of a lackluster kind of attitude rather than putting those teams to the sword. We don't start games quick enough, but got to give Thomas Frank credit and the players credit for hanging in there and getting a win, getting a draw. Sorry, it was a good goal by Paulinho.
Yeah, very good goal.
Really good finish, really, really calm finish considering the circumstances. And for Wolves' goal, you'd have to say Vicario's got to do better there. He parries the ball out straight in the danger zone, which you just can't do as a goalkeeper. He's a great shot stopper, but he does have a moment every now and then, as most keepers. But yeah, it was just one of those games, man. We just did not turn up. Kind of like the Bournemouth one, but this time we got away with it because we managed to get.
Siemens was stinking at the joint for half an hour, Leon. Stinking at
not just him, the team.
What did it look like in the stadium?
To be honest with you, I think he's obviously trying to find his way. He's in a little bit of the same position as Wirtz. Like it's a big change going from the German league to the Premier League. It's a different level of physicality. It's a different pace. We started him off on the left hand side, which I don't think is where he needs to be. He needs to be as a 10. And I was surprised that we actually started him there because we're playing Wolves, who, as I said, struggling in the league. I think every single team they played has scored at least 2 goals against them, and we struggled to even score one, really. But yeah, Xavi Simons needs time, just like Wirtz, and a few other new signings. Which I think if we have. I think once Thomas Frank knows what his go-to team is, I think he'll be better. We definitely need to get Colomwani fit because Richarlison was anonymous. It was non-existent. Like he literally kept falling over at every opportunity. Couldn't hold the ball up. Didn't bring any other players into play.
Didn't he have 1 or 2 near misses though? I'm sure he had like one chance or like a half chance that was really close.
Though. Yeah, that's what I feel. He feels sorry for himself when he starts diving and
when things ain't going his way, he kind of sulks a little bit. Which is a bit sad considering you played for Everton and literally was fighting relegation
every week,
a lot of time when he was there. I'm surprised that he doesn't have he gets despondent so quickly. But yeah, I think it was just one of those games, man. Wolves came and did their job and we just about come away with a point. So again, gotta take the positives and not be negative. We've avoided another loss at home, and we need to Thomas Frank has got a lot to change, man. We finished 17th. So the fact that if you said to me at the beginning of the season after 6 games, Lee, would you take being third in the league? Hell yeah. So I'll take it. Well, fourth in the league, sorry, now, because Arsenal won yesterday. So yeah, fourth. I'll take it. So yeah, I'm taking it. It's early days, man, and it's a long season. We got a lot of players injured, a lot of players to come back. So yeah, I'll take it.
I hear that. Well, we'll move because there were a few, as we said, Saturday morning, taking my son to football, and then my phone beeps and says Graham Potter's been sacked, and everyone knew. Everyone knew. I don't think they knew it would be within an hour or so, but everyone knew it would be Nuno. More than likely, they'll be coming in. So I don't know. Reading up on it, apparently they said, well, the speed of the appointment was remarkable. Potter has expressed his disappointment himself, saying this incredibly disappointed to be leaving West Ham, but I've been able to achieve what he set out to achieve. But
what was that, mate? Getting them relegated?
Bro,
what was
you
wrong
look
with
at
him?
his stats. His stats make Grim read it, bro. 14 defeats in 25 games, 13 goals conceded in just 5 games this season, and the worst defensive record in the league. And then on top of that, apparently he fell out with Todibo, fell out with Alvarez before Alvarez left, fell out with Fulkrug while he was still there. And there were even concerns about him picking Jared Bowen as captain. I still don't think Jared Bowen is captain material.
No, neither do I.
It's probably, but he's a quality player.
He's just a very good player. Yeah,
but is he the guy for a team that's going to be struggling to be their captain? I don't know.
Prowse, bro.
He's been horrid though.
And then
yeah,
he's not been good for West Ham, though.
Yeah, he's been under flipping Graham Potter's management, though, bro.
No, he was there before Graham Potter was there, bro.
Yeah.
Was he?
Moyes brought him first and loaned him, and then he brought him back. He brought him back on loan. But then what Nuno's got to do first, which is today, he's done. He's drawn 1-1. So he's really got his first point on the board. But they conceded 7 before today, 8 times from set pieces alone. And he's obviously played Everton today. And next up, I'm sure Bevan's happy about it.
It's not well. You don't want a new manager bounce, innit? Because they're just gonna set
new manager.
But then you've missed it.
Yeah, I know. But then he's gonna have a week to get them playing football and make them be defensive and horrible to be. Just bring that Forest kind of situation to West Ham. The only thing is, I don't think West Ham are gonna have got the same quality as in defense as.
You've dealt with him though, really. When he was at Forest, last year you dealt with his Forest team.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're at home this week.
Yeah.
See, I'm ready. I'm ready for you.
Yeah, I think Potter. I think it was on the right ones on the wall for Potter, man. He's at
100%. What's funny about West Ham is, as much as I don't want to say in common with that Spurs fans in terms of wanting to play the West Ham way and wanting to play the Spurs way. Like, Nuno is not the type of manager to play the way that you keep saying that you want your teams to play. So it's going to be interesting to see how long they'll deal with Nuno being Nuno and how he plays and how he sets up his team. Because when they had Moyes, who won them a trophy, who they were never really in relegation danger whilst he was in charge, they didn't like his style of football. So it's going to be interesting to see how long they deal with or how long they can tolerate Nuno's style of play, because Nuno doesn't play attractive football with his teams. No. He sets them up very well.
He did alright at Forest, though, Lee.
Forest were an outstanding footballing team, bro. They play counter attack. That's what they were. They were spoilers. They play counter attack. They absorb pressure and look to counter, and that's what they're good at doing. And they didn't
mind it.
They brought the right players in, and the fans don't care. They're like, we're getting victories. We're in the Premier League. Forest hadn't been in the Premier League for how many years? So for them, being able to have a team that can survive and get wins and get qualified for Europe, almost Champions League, can't really argue with that. It's actually kind of crazy that Forest got rid of him so quick. Well, I say so quick. The writers were on the wall because he fell out with the owner, and the owner we know is on whatever he's on. So, I think the speed in which West Ham dealt with it is a good thing. Obviously, you might say, it's cold, they got rid of Potter and Nuno was already in charge. But that's what you want your team to make quick moves, man. This, like when Tottenham get rid of a manager, we're all here with caretakers and spending months trying to figure out who the next guy is coming in. West Ham knew who they wanted and they've gone and got him. So fair play. Is it right? No. But it's football, innit? Like you have to get results. If you don't get results, you get turfed.
Potter's gonna get paid out, bro. It's the only job in the world where you get sacked, you get money,
big money,
big money as well,
big money for leaving.
Big money.
So, but in terms of Potter, I don't know where he goes from here because I can't see another Premier League team thinking that he's the one. I think I tried to say earlier before we came on that he did okay. He was doing well at Brighton, and Leon rightly pointed out, no, it was a purple patch before he went to Chelsea. It was a purple patch, and Chelsea took him, and then he continued his ways. So, but yeah, we'll move from drama to international football drama. So Eni Aluko was on a podcast this week, and her comments divided opinion. I haven't asked you guys about it because we try to not say much so that we can speak about it on here. So I don't know if it's divided opinion here. All I know, we might all agree that she's right. So, but she's come out and said that she believes that players should be able to play up to 5 competitive games and still be able to switch nations, which would allow for players who, I don't know, get an early call up and then don't play get an early call up for game for a senior game, and then don't play for 4 or 5 years, and then that's the international career over. She believes that's a bit unfair. 5 games should be a decent amount of games to play and be able to switch. I think currently,
what is it now?
2.
It's what I think it's 2 games, but under the age of under 21.
So as soon as you play one senior game, that's it. Your allegiance is there with whatever team it is.
Yeah, if you play a friendly, it's fine. So I think that's what happened with Zaha. Zaha played, not Luis Zaha, Wilfred Zaha played a friendly against Sweden, and then he didn't get picked again, or didn't play again. I think he might have got picked, but he didn't play for England. Then he was able to switch to Ivory Coast. But my take on it, I agree. My big thing about it is,
you agree with what?
I agree with what Eni Aluko is saying. Right. And here's my argument. The players, some people say, you make your bed, you lay in it. You've picked England, or you picked whoever, you picked these other teams. You should stick with it. Sometimes these guys get picked at 18 years old. So you may get picked, and sometimes there's an unfairness about it. So me and you, Lamont, may get picked, in the same international game week. And you play in there's 2 games. There's a friendly and it's a competitive game. You play in a friendly, I get picked for the competitive game. And then neither of us get picked again. But because you played in a friendly, you can go and play for Jamaica. But because I played in the competitive game in that same game weekend, I can't play for Nigeria. I didn't choose which game I want to play in. The manager chose which game I want to play in. But now you can play international football still because he played you in a friendly and he played me in a. That's not, for me, that's not fair.
Yeah. Well, it depends how much control is with the players, isn't it? In that situation, there's a little bit like it's not really on them because they're looking at it as an opportunity.
When you're 18,
I don't know about that.
A lot of these guys.
No, wait, hold on.
No, right. No, look at this way. Let me finish. I got a point. Let me make my point. Because a lot of these kids, yes, they come through the system. They're 16, they're 13, 14, 15, playing England under 21s, and at that age, it's all you know is you're playing with your friends, innit? And can I get into England? Can I get into England? Their parents may have not taught them about their home nations, so they may feel very English at that stage. So when you're 16, 17, and you're the best young player in the Premier League, and you get called up as a young 18-year-old, and it's exciting. You get picked to play for England or Scotland or whoever, or Germany, and a lot of time you're not going to say no because at that moment in time you don't know better. You've gone through all the other ranks, and you're getting called up really early. You get paid, and you've been called up because Jude Bellingham's injured and Cole Palmer's injured. So you've been given your chance. Now Jude Bellingham's back, Cole Palmer's back, and you don't
But
get
you
picked
think you're
again.
good enough? You think you're good
Yeah,
enough?
but you got to do
And
your
If
then,
due
you're good enough,
diligence.
then you
look,
stay in it. You chose.
you,
I don't. I didn't have no sympathy for them, man. There, when I was 7 years old, I chose the West Indies as a cricket team, and they're rubbish now. I got to stick with them. Like that's my choice. Like I, I can't go back.
True story.
Bye bye.
I get you saying that they're young or whatever, but like they got blinded by the glitz and the glamour, and who do they really want to play for? So why does now they're picking the other nation because they have the luxury of having that. Some man ain't got that luxury. When you got certain players like what's his name? Like Scott McTominay, he could have played for England or he could play for Scotland. He said, "I want to play for Scotland. I'm going to play for where my dad's from." He was born there too. Like them man there make that choice to play for Scotland, as sad as they are. That like, and they're gonna be die hard for that. These men are going. They don't really want to play. Either really don't want to play for England, or they really don't want to play from where their parents are from. So when they're getting picked to play for England, that's what they want to do, and that's who they're representing. And then, but it comes that they want to play international football. So if you want to play international football, and you think you're good enough, then you just got to stick with the choice that you make. You can't get lucky just because you have a backup.
but that only
Huh?
happens in football, though. That only happens in football. Other sports, you can change. You can play
What?
for one nation. Athletics, you can do
Yeah,
in
yeah, and I don't
rugby.
rate
You
them,
can
man.
change nations.
I don't rate them, man. I don't, you know what I mean? The man that switched nation. What's her face? Oh, Melinotti, when she became Slovakian, didn't rate her no more. What do you mean you're not Jamaican?
But so I know someone who changed because as they grew up, they knew more about their culture. So I know someone who was an athlete and growing up was battling with his friends for athletics, Team GB, Team GB, Team GB, because that's what you did in school. You did Essex County, you did London County, you did London, you did everything else or whatever wherever you're from. Then the next step was Team GB. You did that, but as they got older and they learned more about their culture, they had the opportunity to change, and they were like, you know what, I want to play for my parents' country. What's wrong with that? They didn't. You didn't. They're able to do it because, in the football terms, so relate this to football. Later on, they've been given the option, and they were like, "Well, I don't want to play for England anymore." What if the person says, "I actually don't want to play for England anymore"? I haven't been picked for 5 years. England call them up, or Germany call them up, or France call them up, and they're like, you know what? I've grown up. I've learned more about my home nation. I want to play for that other country, whatever it is. Is that wrong?
I think there's going to be an argument for both sides. I do get where you're coming from, James, because there's going to be some nuances of naivety in amongst you getting selected and getting your first cap for the country you've grown up in.
Yeah,
So, if you ain't got the right support network around you, or people don't know
exactly.
well enough to guide you in the right way, you might not necessarily be clued up. You might just be thinking, yeah, boom, I want to play. But when somewhere like England, for example, is also oversubscribed for, and I'll use your example, the number 10 role, for example, like you got Cole Palmer there and Bellingham there, and then you've probably got like the likes of Foden and all these other guys that are class acts, and you're as an 18-year-old coming in thinking, yeah, all right, cool, I'm going to break through and make a name for yourself. You got to look at it this way. You're going to be competing in probably the most competitive side, or one of the most competitive sides. Is that something you want to do for the next 4 or 5 years, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever it is? Or would you rather fall back a little bit, go for a team that you know that you can get a place in, and you can actually get an international cap that you've worked for, you've earned? You get what I'm saying? Because the difference between playing for the likes of England and playing for the likes of Scotland or Jamaica,
Wales,
it's
yeah.
gonna be like night and day. Do you get what I'm saying? In terms of the publicity that they get, the amount of media attention they get, so you'll have a different environment entirely. So yeah, I do feel like them kind of decisions there. it's definitely got to be more measured. Aluko saying that she thinks that it should be 5 games and that you can change. I don't think it should
That's
be
rich
so
coming from her,
decisive like
considering
that.
she played for England.
I feel
I
like,
think there has to be a cut-off
yeah,
point, though,
She
innit?
played for England.
There has to
Yeah,
be a
she
cut-off
played
point.
for
On the
England.
nerve.
So
yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
The one thing I will say, and this is not specific to one team, one thing that I would say the home nations need to do better is make it more attractive. And I'm not saying that
Yes.
you should want to play for your country, right? A country of your parents' birth or your heritage. But there also needs to be an element of responsibility on those FAs to make sure that they have their ducks in a row. And we know we've got players like Leon Bailey who has committed to Jamaica and he's fallen out with the Jamaican FA simply because the organization, the professionalism is bad. How many times we heard Nigerian players talking about they ain't being paid, they ain't had flats sorted, they've had to book hotels for their whole team. Like John Moby McKell's been saying the same thing. I think the onus has got to be on the FAs also of those nations to make sure that they make the environment as attractive as they can because we know players what players are like. They want like players obviously they're used to playing in the Premier League, playing in a championship, playing in Europe or whatever, and they're used to a certain level of conditions.
Professionalism.
And those conditions, when you're playing at international level, you shouldn't have to be thinking about whether you're gonna have a training pitch to train on, or hotels booked, or flights booked, or you know, like them guys are not gonna be. Payments is one thing. Players who obviously struggling, the payments is one thing. But if you don't even have the basic things that you should
Yeah, the
have traveling,
fundamentals.
if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
if
yeah.
you when you were in school, you organize a trip, your parents pay money and you go on a trip, bro. We're talking about
Yeah.
school. These guys are international footballers. The FAs get money to be put back into grassroots level and organize what they need to organize. Where is that money going? When the Jamaican women's team are out here outperforming what anyone expects them to do in the Women's World Cup, and they're here, we ain't got no funding. They ain't got no money. They ain't being paid. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
It is crazy.
there is a responsibility for those nations to make it more attractive for those players to come, because I guarantee you, if they don't have any of these problems, more players will go and join. And the more players you get one big name, everyone starts to follow. Everyone it
Yeah, it's
starts
true.
trickling down. Like
It's
if you
true.
get like we look at Alex Iwobi, he committed to Nigeria quick time. There's other
Had no
great
choice,
talented
bro.
No,
Nigerian
no.
players.
To be honest,
Of his
I
uncle
feel
JJ
like,
Kocha, he had no choice, bro.
yeah,
He had no
Because he was
choice.
born there. Oh, you did tell
Bro,
me
no,
that.
his uncle, bro, his uncle
yeah,
JJ Kocha, he had no choice.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can't be
yeah, yeah. He
JJ
would have got
Kocha's
lynched, bruv.
nephew, but
Fair,
he played
fair
for
play,
England.
fair play. But there's other
But
there's
no,
other
do you
players.
know?
Yeah,
To
there's
be
others.
fair, I feel
There's
like
others.
someone like Wolf Zaha, even though he played a friendly for England, I feel like he quickly realized that, these men don't rate me, or he ain't gonna get the opportunity to play on that level. So he made the decision to just cut early
But he
doors,
was
go and pay
fortunate
for.
though because he played in a
Yeah,
friendly. If he played a
yeah,
competitive
yeah,
game, he wouldn't have been able to do
Just,
that.
just, just to
But I
confirm,
do
I got it
understand
wrong.
what Bevan's point. Like you have to have the environment to know about your heritage and make those choices. But
yeah,
they've got to make it more attractive as well.
yeah.
I got it wrong earlier. Prior to your 21st birthday, they've had to have played in no more than 3 competitive senior matches for the senior national team.
Once you're past 21, if you play one game, you're done,
Yeah, but yeah, under 21, no more than 3,
bro.
which is,
Such
I
as
think it's
life.
harsh. I think
There's
after
actually less
21,
friendlies now because they've been making up all these other competitions
Yeah,
to
yeah,
counteract friendlies. So it is what it is, man. You got there's a onus on everyone to do better. Let's be
yeah.
honest. Make the right decisions. Make the conditions better.
So general consensus, we'll go around the room. I know Bevan's answer already, but I'll ask him anyway. Bevan, should you be allowed to switch after 5 games, or should
I
you
think you have to
have
stick.
to stick? Leon?
I think 5 games is a lot. Maybe one or two games, and I think maybe you can switch, but no, not five.
So
Five
no. So
is
no for
taking a
you.
mick.
Lamont?
Stick, no twist. Pause.
Okay.
For me, I think you should be allowed to change after 5 games, but there should be like a window. If you if you haven't been picked for a certain amount of years, then you should be able to change. If you were picked at 18 and you're now 26, 27, your international career should be over at the age of 18. I think you should be able to then play at the age of 25, 26 for a different nation. Because your career being over 18 seems mad to me. Because you played 4 international games.
Listen, if you played 4 international games, no, but if you played 4 international
crazy,
games
though.
at 18 competitively, you're a good player.
Yeah, you are a good player, but like I said,
yeah.
you may have played those games because certain players were injured for those.
Not only
games,
that,
right?
as we know, the point she was
Managers.
making was about those certain countries stockpiling,
Yes.
making
Yes,
sure
yeah,
they
exactly.
played these guys early, so they
Yes.
had to commit to paying for the home nations. So yeah, I, from that perspective, it's a bit mad, but I still think, yeah, 5 games is a lot. If the nation you're switching to wants to welcome you with open arms, then boy, it's fair enough. But yeah, 1 or 2
Okay.
games, not 5.
Okay. So 3-1, I lose.
There's no losing, James. It's just an opinion. It's an opinion.
Yeah, it's just an opinion, bro.
Fair enough. Right, so
He's still
back to
sour
the
from the
Premier League.
weekend.
I'm all right, man. We didn't deserve to win, so I can accept that. Just can't accept Arsenal.
No, that's
getting 3 points.
I didn't say this before, James, but time is of the essence. But boy, I actually feel like that loss is gonna be the catalyst because you guys haven't played well this season. You
Nah,
guys
brother.
haven't played well
We
at all.
haven't.
Like you've had
Actually,
spurts, so then maybe it's the wake up call your players needed. You guys
hope
were
so.
getting away with it and had 5 wins from 5, and you could arguably say that some of those victories weren't necessarily deserved. So
We have to be quick on this because we're going to move on to play and moment of the match. Handball, no handball on Salah, and should it have been a penalty if it wasn't? Because a lot of people have said that before Chiesa scored his goal, it hit Salah's hand.
Brother, I even forgot to in Bumo's one as well. Yeah, go on, do that. Do that.
So
Yeah.
so for you guys, for me, obviously, it's inconclusive that it touched his hand. One angle looks like it did. One angle looks like it didn't. It may have touched his hand, but at the same time, there's an angle where Lacroix is literally, you can see his shirt pulled that far off Salah's back. So if you disallow the goal, you got to give a penalty, in my opinion. So I don't know. Some people said, somebody debated with someone on WhatsApp today. They're like, okay, then give the penalty, but it should have been a goal. But I can't 100% say it definitely hit his hand. So have we been favoured by VAR? I don't know. But
I don't know, bro. You know
What
what I
do you-
mean?
how
The
do you
shirt
guys see
pulling
it?
was pretty
if the
decisive.
handball's
The shirt pulling-
inconclusive, then
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, but did you
it's
see
not
it as
handball.
inconclusive? Do you think it was a handball?
No, it weren't clear and obvious.
It wasn't clear enough for me.
Okay.
No, it weren't clear
Okay.
enough. Yeah, the shirt pulling thing, that's decisive. Because you can
You
see
saw that, right? Because people are like, I never saw that.
I didn't see it.
That was clear.
You can see
It depends on what replay you saw in it. If you didn't see the replay, then because it
The
weren't
fact
in the
that Lamont said
highlights.
yeah,
It weren't in the
and it's
highlights.
Salah. The fact that Lamont said yeah and it's Salah, that's a win for me, bro.
Hey, but hold on. Just before we move on to that last segment.
Yeah.
So at 2-1, you like
And Burma.
realistically, and Bumo getting pulled down in the box for the penalty that Bruno missed, yeah. Brentford, am I right in thinking they should have been down to 10 men?
Yeah, so that's a red card.
That's
Yes, he-
denying a goal scoring opportunity, bro. That's dog's all day long. Bye bye.
Yeah,
So
I
all
don't know how
that
it
in
goes.
itself, when you see Arsenal getting,
Hold on.
they should have had a man sent off.
What? Wait.
They should have had
Sent off for
a
what?
penalty
Wait.
given to them for a penalty.
Sent off for what though?
Yeah, because obviously
bruv,
the ball's
pulling in
coming
promo.
across. He's trying to slide. If he slides and makes contact, he
No,
probably
there wasn't
scores.
sliding. He was standing, bro.
No,
he was
don't.
gonna- he was
Haven't
trying
they
to-
taken the double jeopardy rule off? You can't get a red
No.
card and a pen.
No.
No,
bruv.
if you're trying to make a genuine play, if you're pulling someone's
was-
shirt, you're not making a
Bruv,
genuine
he
tackle.
wasn't making a play for the ball.
He wasn't making a genuine tackle. He just
There was
pulled
no
it.
double jeopardy there, bro. He was straight just stopping my man from getting to the ball. That's all he was doing.
Bro.
He wasn't making no genuine attempt.
Yes.
That should have
I agree,
been
that should-
10 men.
I agree that should be for me. That should be a red card. I
The
think.
United still would have lost.
Yeah.
We're debating stuff like it would have made a difference to the game. Yeah,
I know.
leave it.
Lamont, now
Would have.
No.
And you know it would have. And you
Well,
know
no,
it would
2-2
have.
though.
you got the pen
But-
and miss, bro. What more do
Yeah,
you
true.
want?
True.
10 men, so that we got an
Bro.
opportunity to get back into the
You'd have
game
done
like we
nothing.
did
You would have
against
done
Chelsea. Like we did against Chelsea.
I tried.
Everything counts,
Lamont.
bro.
I
Sorry,
tried.
anyway. Sorry.
Tried.
Thanks, James.
All right, cool.
Thanks.
Let's go through these. Player of the match or player of the game weekend.
Play the
Evan,
game weekend.
play the game weekend.
I am going to give it to Haaland for 2 goals and an assist.
That's fair. That's fair. Lamont.
How do you pronounce that Newcastle's
Votameda.
yeah, Votameda?
Or
I gotta give
Votamada.
it to him, bro, for getting thumped in the face and just being able to play on. You know what I mean, bro? It's football, bro. It's
Listen.
not boxing. So I'm gonna give it to him.
You shall not be
What can I
named,
say?
bro. He's gonna get it, yeah.
Some
Is that what we're doing this weekend? All right.
But yeah, that's it, mate. Voldemada.
Leon.
I'm going Haaland as well as the MVP of my fantasy weekend, boy, because it would have been peak without his points.
Yeah, can't really go
What about
wrong
you, James?
with that. I was trying to think of someone else. Well, Robert got 2 goals. I think, but yeah, it's got to be Haaland. It's got to be Haaland. So moment of
Nick
the
Pope
weekend.
for kicking the ball out when he could have just held on to it, because that's what sets up Gabriel. That's what sets us up to get the back up the bridge. Corner, Gabriel. It is
All about Arsenal, isn't it? It's all about Arsenal for you.
I couldn't get it to Arsenal player, but I gave it to Nick Pope. Bravo, sir.
Okay, Lamont, yourself.
Moment of the weekend. This is a good one. So I'll give it to Gabriel for staying on the pitch.
my
'Cause he should have been red carded for thumping Voldemar in the face, bruv. That's what should have happened. So I'll give it to Gabriel, bruv. Moment of the pitch when he thumped my man in his face and he still managed to stay on the pitch. It's all right. You man are teeth, blood.
Leon.
I'd have to say Brighton. The Chalobah sending off another week of 10 men for Chelsea and
Should have
another
9.
Brighton victory after Chelsea have jacked all of their players. They still can't beat Brighton.
That's
So-
that's
Oh
shameful,
yeah,
innit?
that's the truth.
Bruv,
That's the
92nd
truth.
minute and 90.
Yeah.
Well,
90.
100th minute.
Yes,
100th
mad,
minute.
mad. But yeah, fair play to Brighton, man. Done their thing. No matter who they lose, they still seem to find a way to do well.
Yeah.
Well, for me, there was not a good moment of the weekend.
That's so
That's sour grapes, bro. Sour. Wow.
I won't be sour. And the moment of the
Nketiah
weekend,
volley.
yeah, had to be Nketiah's volley, because we've been riding the crest of a wave, scoring his last minute winners, and getting his last minute goals. And boy, we got checked into Heartbreak Hotel. So Nketiah struggling to get goals, to get minutes. He comes in and he scores. Only one team is unbeaten, so that's for me. It's the moment of the weekend. So, last but not least, we have our predictions. Right. So first game, Leeds versus Spurs. This
it's
promises
Bevan
goals
first, isn't it?
normally.
Oh.
Yes, it's a weird one. We're all actually playing on Saturday. None of us are playing on Sunday this week. So promises goals. There have been 23 goals in their previous 5 meetings, and both teams have scored 4 of the last 5. So, Bevan,
I'm gonna go 3-2 Spurs.
Lamont,
I'm gonna go.
Leon,
2-0 Spurs.
I nearly said clean ship, but
I ain't sure, man.
I wasn't sure.
It's
about
only
the clean
because you
ship.
both went 2-1. I'm like, I don't know if I
No,
should.
Bevan said 3.
Yeah, no, it's
3-2.
3-2, innit?
Daryl said 2-1 as well.
Daryl said 2-1 Spurs.
What are you saying?
I think it will be 2-1 Spurs as well.
This guy, brother, he's poker, man. Who told him to go last, blood?
He's top of the
He's
league,
the
innit?
worst as well, you know.
He's trying to
You
match.
got to make him go first, bro. You know this guy. When it starts getting to the crunch time, he's gonna start being tactical, bro. Forget the scoring. Anything for the win.
No, mate. I play it fair, bro.
Well, at some point, Bevan can't go first, so he changed up the weeks.
True. Right. So we'll do next week. We've done 6. We'll do someone else will do 6. Should have done 5 5s, but we'll do 6. All right. So Arsenal versus West Ham. Arsenal have won 37 of the 57 games against West Ham.
Haven't won in the last
Surprisingly, I'm sure you know this yourself.
Yeah.
They've lost their last 2 games, and Nuno is coming to town after a well-earned draw against Everton. What say you, sir?
3-1 Arsenal.
Lamont?
2-0 Arsenal. Actually, no. 2-1.
2-1 Arsenal.
I don't know if Arsenal are going to keep a clean sheet. They done well to do that yesterday.
Do well, you liar.
Yourself, Leon?
Bro, you should have had a penalty given to flipping Newcastle.
We've heard
It's tech time.
Liars already.
Go on, Leon.
2-0 Arsenal.
James is matching.
Darryl said 2-0 as well. All right, I'm going to say 3-0. I was going to say 2-0, but there's got to find a break between me and Darryl. We're both at the top right now.
For now. It's early in the season.
It's early. I'll go for 3-0 Arsenal. All right, next game. Man United versus Sunderland. It's been a long time since they played each other.
Brother, that don't mean nothing. Sunderland
Man
are
United
in full swing.
Have produced double the expected goals of Sunderland this season, which means nothing. But Sunderland are above Man United. And
2-0 United.
It's not your turn, bruh.
Yeah.
Bevan.
Your
turn. Steely scoreline, bro.
2-2.
Draw.
2-2 draw. You said 2-0. Hope Leon doesn't steal my score. 2-0. Leon?
Is it me next? Oh, Lamont's already done it. It's 1-1.
Yeah. 1-1.
I was teeter-tottering between those two scores, actually. It's 1 or 2-2.
Man United.
Darryl
said 2-1 to Sunderland. Darryl!
No, he said 2-1 Man United.
2-1 Man United. Phew. I'm saying 2-1 Sunderland.
Raw.
He's really trying to push his neck out, isn't it?
He's trying to compound the misery, boy.
You know, I sat
Chelsea,
there,
Liverpool.
I sat there and I was like, why did I even predict Man United were going to beat Brentford? What was I thinking?
Keith Andrews, that's what it was. That's what threw me off.
Yes, because I had a relegation fodder, but now I've got Man United relegation fodder. I had to switch it up.
No, that's rude.
So.
That's rank, bro.
As long as you keep hammering, then what else can you be, bro? Bro, he's got what? 32 points in 34 games?
That's awful.
Bruv. Have you heard of a guy called Paul Jewell? I think he was a better manager.
Will Neil Warnock stats.
Bro, no, Warnock, give Warnock respect, bro. He don't have them stats, bro. He's a legend out here compared
just
to
for that,
Amorim.
I'm putting Chelsea to beat Liverpool, man. Sure.
I'm gonna say
Chelsea versus Liverpool at the Bridge.
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. The one is choosing Chelsea to win. By what score?
3-1. No, 2-1, sorry.
Chelsea.
To who?
Chelsea. I should say 3-2 really, but
see it now. For hold your piece. It's Leon's turn.
3-2 Chelsea.
Leon.
It's got a draw written all over it again, man.
Yeah, it has.
You guys 1-1, I think.
You two going for the same. Daryl said the same. I'm going for a 2-2, which means if we're all right, Arsenal will be top of the table come Sunday night. 2-2 for me. So I'll run through. Actually, that's 2 minutes to run through, man. I was going to run through all of them. That's long. That's long. And we're way over time. So this has been a good show. To wrap it up this week, we've had some huge debates, some good debates. We've talked about Eni Aluko's thoughts. We've talked about the new manager bounce that has happened with Nuno, who was a draw. And we've debated thoroughly our team's draws, losses, and wins.
Win.
So,
win.
guys,
Singular.
What you say?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, win. It's all about Arsenal, isn't it? It's all about Arsenal. So, for those of you watching, don't forget to let us know your own player of the weekend or week, your own moment of the week, and give us your predictions. Put it down in the comments. Don't forget also to hit us up on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Instagram, and all our Armchair Pundits accounts that you can see. I'm not going to point because I never know where I'm going to put it. So, but you can see it on the screen right now. But as always, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification button. And thanks for listening. We'll be back with more analysis, more banter, and more bold predictions from all of us. Take care. This has been Armchair Pundits. Peace out.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.